right, I just want to come back to Maharashtra once again and look at the Mumbai seats. A lot many seats now are reporting. We talked about Worli, where Aditya Thackeray is leading in the neighbouring seat of Shivdi. SSUBT candidate is leading in Dharavi. Dr. Jyoti Gaikwad is leading in Bandra West. The Ashish Shelar is leading there. In Andheri West, the Congress candidate Ashok Jadhav is leading. In Vile Parle, the BJP candidate is leading. In Andheri East, Murji Patel, Kaka from the Shinde Sena is leading. In Chandivli, again, the Shinde Sena candidate is leading. So, if you were to look at just the Mumbai seats alone, the 36 seats, in fact, we have 50 seats, Mumbai, Thane, 29 to the NDA, 49 seats, 29 to the NDA, 19 to the India Alliance. So that is just the Mumbai-Thane belt. And if you were to look at the Sena versus Sena as essentially a Mumbai fight, I think it's going neck and neck. Just take a look at the Sena versus Sena fights to see if we have some indications there. 51 seats, they're fighting against each other. Look at that, 20-20. 42 seats are reporting, 20-20. And also quickly check the Congress versus BJP straight fights, 75 of them. I think 70 odd are reporting there. 72 out of 75 are reporting there. The BJP is running away. It's 45 to the BJP, only 25 to the Congress.
It's a single-handed obliteration, it looks like, by the BJP of the India Alliance. This is one party. I mean, it's like Sehwag batting in Maharashtra.
In fact, the BJP is just one short of 100 now.
This is just a remarkable turnaround of fortunes. I mean, look at from where the BJP has come to in 5 months in Maharashtra. Yeah. And this will go down as an epic comeback, actually. Epic comeback. This is built not just on, your bravery or whatever you want to call it. This is built on serious mobilization of various different stratas of society. This is going to be one of those rainbow coalitions that the BJP stitched together. Unfortunately for it, the Muslim vote hasn't come through. It's got polarized in the other direction. But Rohit Chandrakar, what do you make of it?
I think it is a combination of the schemes that were rolled out and also the Hindutva narrative that was brought in the last phase of the campaigning. And that happened because I think Devendra Fadnavis and his team kept saying that in the Lok Sabha polls, the difference between the Maha Vikas Aghadi or the I.N.D.I.A alliance and BJP-led alliance was just 0.6% votes. And for him, it was a very serious thing that he lost place like Dhule or other places just because of certain community going away from BJP over the Samvidhan Khatre Mein Hai narrative.
BJP is hit 100. BJP is hit 100. 268. 20 seats, 20 leads have not yet been declared. 20 leads from seats have not yet come in Maharashtra and the BJP is at 100. Rohit, please complete. Yeah.
So this time what the BJP decided was to galvanize the Karyakartas, the activists, and make sure that the Panna Pramukhs and others come out, which they didn't perhaps during the Lok Sabha polls because they were a little complacent in the up tak, 400 par narrative. They got a bit complacent. So this time the Hindutva narrative was brought in the last 15 days of the campaigning, plus the schemes like the Ladki Bahin Yojana and the Kisan Yojana, the giving of electricity to farmers' pumps. That seems to have worked together and we've got these results.
With 20 more seats to be even start reporting, the BJP, the NDA has crossed the prediction of most of the pollsters. It has even crossed the prediction of the NDA itself. That's what's happening. It's touching the 180 number and it is going through the fact that somewhere Access My India and Pradeep Gupta will be saying, I told you so.
On both states.
On both states. Both Jharkhand and with Maharashtra, they may be turning around and saying that.
We should try and
it's a little forlorn behind Mayuresh at Matoshri, but first we'll go to Arunima at Jharkhand. She's there at the counting center. Arunima, two factors which you spoke about. Record number of women coming out to vote, and they seem to have voted in favor of the incumbent. And Maiya Samman seems to be working for the JMM Congress. With they are leading in 50 out of 79 reporting.
Yes, Anand, so from the counting center, I decided to move to the political party headquarters to get a sense of what was happening. Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, even though as per the Election Commission website, they are leading in 28, their ally Congress has 12, which makes it 40. RJD has 6, which makes it 46. So they're already through over the halfway mark. But even then, the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha office just has one Pravakta sitting there, waiting and watching before any kind of celebration begins. Same at the Chief Minister's residence also. There is no celebration yet. At the Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters, there is more chehel-pehel. So one of their leaders have just come in. So the media is taking the sound bites from them. There is a brave face that is being put up by the BJP so far. What they are pointing out is that only 4 rounds of counting has happened, and we should wait and watch. But you're absolutely right. The Mahila factor, which perhaps worked for the BJP in Maharashtra, went completely the other way here in Jharkhand. The analysis seemed to be the Maiya Samman Yojana and the 4 installments that reached the bank accounts of women voters. That seemed to have worked in favor of Hemant Soren. He also, it seems, has managed to play the sympathy card very well, telling his tribal voters that I was sent to jail not because I was corrupt, but because I was a tribal, and this government at the center is anti-tribal.
Correct.
So that, they claim, the JMM claims, that narrative has worked.
True. Now, before we go across to Maharashtra, Mumbai and Thane, just a quick update, ladies and gentlemen, to our viewers. Quick update to our viewers. The fact is that Jharkhand started reporting only around 8:45. And it's only 3 or 4 rounds in Jharkhand, and some of them are reporting lesser. We'll try and get an update from Avantika, how many rounds in Jharkhand, and there is a reason why, and how many total rounds. We are given to understand it will be about 15 rounds. Will it be close? Because these numbers could go up and down, despite the fact that the India Alliance has taken a runaway lead. It's nearly twice. But if you see, the NDA is catching up. In the last 2.5 minutes that we have spoken with Arunima, these numbers have changed and fluctuated. So will there be more fluctuations, and will it be a closer race than it is being shown? Or will these leads consolidate as we get into round 8 or 9? We have to wait and watch. And how many are really tight fights? Margin of victory is less than, margin of lead is less than 500 or 1,000 votes, because that makes a huge difference when it comes to assembly elections. So we'll have to see that. And Mumbai.
Seats in Mumbai that are reporting, since you asked. Sana Malik is leading in Anushakti Nagar. She's fighting on an NCP Ajit Pawar ticket. And in the neighboring constituency where her father is fighting in Mankhurd, Nawab Malik seems to be trailing. Sana Malik. I believe Abu Azmi is leading in that constituency of Mankhurd Shivaji Nagar.
Mankhurd Shivaji Nagar is Abu Azmi. Nawab Malik is fighting from the same constituency. Yes. So they are up against each other. Nawab Malik is trailing, but his daughter Sana Malik is leading against Fawad.
I mean, I have to say that Swara Bhaskar's speech that went viral was quite the speech. I mean, to put it politically correctly,
what does it mean?
Rahul,
you cannot be politically correct.
if we talk about incitement, if you talk about trying to, rouse passions, then she was sailing very close to the wind there.
If Fahad leads, then we'll get back to this conversation, Rahul.
Yeah.
Right now, let's get to this conversation on the grid.
No, but I wanted to just say
42.
one thing. I wanted to say one thing on...
Uddhav Thackeray 30. Is the legacy conversation settled? BJP 107 out of 276 reporting, 12 seats not yet reporting.
No, I wanted to say something about what Arunima spoke about. She said that there's not much excitement at the JMM office or even at the BJP office. BJP also trying to put a brave face, but JMM also taking it very, because Jharkhand has a history of very heavy goings on when it comes to government formation, So, I mean, I'm old enough to remember, Governor Sipte Razi and what all happened. And, Mr. Pramod Mahajan, saying that, Congress is like Hanuman, to rescue another man's wife, they've, set fire to their own tail, And all of those kind of things, we've seen all of those, bags of money and things like that.
But let me tell you one thing.
Everybody's waiting. If they get an incontrovertibly high number, beyond the majority mark, then there's a celebration.
The whole story would be if it is 37, 38, and 41, 42, if it's close. But if this, NDA is picking up. It's catching up.
In Maharashtra, there's a crazy landslide, and I'll tell you one thing, that you are seeing now the Shiv Sena pulling ahead of the UBT, the so-called mother organization. And I'll tell you, UBT might have a survival problem. You could, after the election, have a complete defection. And maybe it's Uddhav and his son who will be stuck in Matoshri and everyone else would have gone, decamped.
So out of the 51 direct fights, 47 are reporting. Shinde Sena is leading in 26 and the UBT Sena is leading in 20.
Yeah, well,
we don't quickly check the NCP versus NCP fight as well.
Give it some time.
1 second. NCP versus NCP, if I can pull up that number. Yeah, there again, 36 out of 38 seats, 36 are reporting. There, Ajit Pawar is doing phenomenally well. 24 to Ajit Pawar and only 10 to Sharad Pawar NCP.
Okay.
Sharad Pawar, the big leader.
Just going to the reporters. Payal, yes, Payal, Mayuresh and Yesha with us. Yes, Payal.
Yes, I'm at the BJP headquarters. It's still early time over here, even though the numbers are very, very clear. But it's good. The leaders are going to come here only around 11 o'clock because I'm sure most of them are contesting elections, Anand, and they'll be more busy in their own counting centers. But not really a surprise as far as the BJP Karyakartas, as far as the BJP workers are concerned, because they were very, very buoyant with the multiple factors. They were buoyant because of the kind of work that has been done by the government of the day. They were buoyant because, you know, the kind of support base and the mass base that they've been able to have. And Devendra Fadnavis, you know, Anand comes out again as one of the biggest stars that the BJP could have, you know, hoped for. And he speaks at a time when the BJP needed it the most as well, because multiple people had written him off, multiple people had cast aspersions on his future, given the fact that the Lok Sabha results weren't the way BJP really wanted as well. So that's something which they, of course, will be speaking about. And Vidarbha, the region that he comes from, is going to be extremely important. And not to forget that 72 rallies was what Nitin Gadkari did in the assembly elections. 8 he addressed through video conferencing. Those two leaders, of course, come from the same region, that is the Vidarbha region. And they're very, very hopeful that, you know, the trends will continue. And they're very hopeful that, you know, and, you know, the happiest over here, and I was talking to a lot of ground reports, Anand, the happiest are the reporters on ground who don't have to go to any resort or don't have to stand outside any hotels. The conversation that was happening over here is that यहाँ पे टाउन में बीजेपी को सूट करेगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे होटल्स ठीक है, अगर उधर सबर्ब्स की तरफ गए तो उधर बहुत शिवसेना का इम्पैक्ट है, तो और चौकसी रखना पड़ेगी. So that's the kind of conversation that people have been having. But for one, everybody seems to be happy, at least on this side.
Resort politics may not have to resort to resort politics is what you're saying, Payal, but phenomenal victory this. Yes, nobody can take credit away from Devendra Fadnavis, Nitin Gadkari, Eknath Shinde, Ajit Pawar and the entire team that's come together post 4th of June to work together. Very, very able leaders and able administrators. Keep an eye on Jharkhand even as we talk Maharashtra to our viewers, because the numbers are changing there. As the rounds increase, there may be a shift and that could perhaps change the story in Jharkhand. Mayuresh, quite forlorn behind you at Matoshri.
Exactly, Anand, I'll just show the visuals. There is complete silence outside Matoshri. Hardly few media people over here or journalists from the TV are here, because the trends which are coming are really not good, or we can say in favor of Shiv Sena UBT. The official website shows on 19 places they are leading. And this was not basically expected. The Shiv Sena was not expecting this. So certainly it is a kind of a disappointment from Shiv Sena UBT, who was hoping to come back to the power. As we show early in the morning, the way posters were put outside the Matoshri, just 100 meters away from the Matoshri. But as of now, it's 10:30. Not a single Karyakarta, not a single leader which has come to Matoshri. And usually this is not the scenario if Shiv Sena is leading on good numbers or having a good number. So 19 seats, leading on 19 seats. Certainly it's a big disappointment for Shiv Sena as compared to the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde camp who are leading on the 56 seats.
Well, I'm reminded of Kishore Kumar's song which says, "Ye kya hua, kaise hua, kab hua, kyun hua." And will they eventually say, "Chodo ye na socho"? Yesha Kotak is in Thane. 287 out of 288 seats reporting. Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena, the Dhanush Ban, leading in 48 compared to Ubata's 30. Big statement for Eknath Shinde.
Absolutely, Anand, and this was something that he had spoken about time and again, saying that the voter base was with him, the voter share was with him, and he always claimed that he is the one who has that legacy. Now let's recollect that when both the parties, be it the UBT or the Shiv Sena of Eknath Shinde, for that matter NCP and the NCP of Sharad Pawar, they had both claimed it's an ideological battle. Particularly here, for Eknath Shinde, it was more of an ideological battle because he was pitted against Kedar Deghe, the fact that Eknath Shinde claimed he had legacy of I.N.D.I.A and that of Balasaheb Thackeray as well. Now here, with the kind of lead that he has, he's making a strong statement for UBT, particularly because here it clearly shows that he has a legacy of DIGA despite the fact that DIGA's nephew is with Shiv Sena UBT. And on the other hand, here with the kind of voters that have supported the Shiv Sena, that's of Eknath Shinde. Again, a statement is made that he is the one who carries the legacy of the Shiv Sena. But yes, as of now, of course, there's no celebration outside the CM's bungalow. Because,
they will all wait.
They will all wait. A late riser, he begin his day late. Yes.
No, they will all wait, and they will all come out together. It will all happen. They will all come out together. It will be coordinated with respect to the NDA. Devendra Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde, Ajit Dada Pawar will all be coming out at their respective constituencies or wherever they are, and they will come out and speak together, and they will try and speak in one voice. That's what is expected, even as the NDA is inching towards the 200 mark. 287 out of 288 seats are reporting. Nalin Mehta, your point. Yeah.
Firstly, Amit Malviya just tweeted just a BJP comment on the Shiv Sena saying, as things stand now, Uddhav Thackeray faction stands at number 6 among the 6 parties contesting in Maharashtra. From being in the pole position in partnership with the BJP, this is where an inflated ego and abusive mindset has taken Uddhav Thackeray's party and politics too.
You know, now, this point about this being some sort of a scrappy election that was going to go nukkad to nukkad. I'm sorry, that's gone out of the window.
It's gone.
This is an absolute affirmation for the BJP in Maharashtra. They won on their symbol, the power of what they claim was their
And finally, also an ideological
Can I ask you a question now? Can I ask you a question, a larger question? Is Mr. Shinde going to be CM or is it going to be now BJP CM? I think if you look at that number...
we will get to that.
Yeah.
We will. Eknath Shinde will make a strong point. Depends upon what the BJP wants.
Patil,
to avoid context
look at the
to this
reputations that are biting the dust. He's talking about, because obviously there's a bit of a needle there, but Thackeray's surname in the doldrums. Pawar Senior, who I always have thought, and please forgive me, Rohit ji, I've always thought was an overinflated leader.
Sanjay Raut is speaking. He said we don't accept this.
बाद में बात करेंगे ना, क्यों नहीं करेंगे? पैसा तो ऐसा है कि हर चुनाव क्षेत्र में नोटों की मशीन लगाई थी। अरे शिंदे का एक भी उम्मीदवार सिटिंग एमएलए गिरता नहीं, और शिंदे ये बोल रहे थे हमारा एक भी सिटिंग विधायक गिरेगा नहीं। आपको मालूम होगा तो मैं इस्तीफा दूंगा। ऐसा होता है क्या चुनाव में कभी? हमारा एक भी नहीं गिरेगा। ये कौन सा भरोसा है? ये कौन सी है? ये कौन सा लोकतंत्र है? 200 के ऊपर किसी को चुनाव में नतीजे मिलते हैं क्या? जिस देश में, जिस राज्य में सबसे बड़ी बेईमानी हो गई है, इस राज्य की जनता बेईमान नहीं है। ये नतीजे ऐसे दिए आपने कि आपने राज्य को, जनता को बेईमान ठहराया है। इस राज्य की जनता बेईमान नहीं है।
जो नतीजे आ रहे वो महा विकास आघाड़ी को कबूल है नहीं? आगे की क्या भूमिका रहेगी?
नतीजे कबूल नहीं है, मैं मानता हूं जनता को भी नतीजे कबूल नहीं है। जनता को भी, जनता का निर्णय नहीं हो सकता है। मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूं और मुझे बार बार आप वही सवाल पूछ रहे हैं।
लेकिन जो महा विकास आघाड़ी के कुल आंकड़े दिखाई दे रहे हैं, कुल संख्या दिखाई दे रहे हैं, उससे ज्यादा शिंदे गुट के
कैसा हो सकता है? आप अपने मन को पूछे, आप पत्रकार है, आप अपने मन को पूछे क्या महाराष्ट्र में संभव है? आप अपने मन को पूछे कि महाराष्ट्र में शिंदे को 60 सीटें मिलती है, संभव है क्या? ये अजीत पवार को 40 सीटें मिलती है, क्या ये संभव है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी को 125 सीटें मिलती है, क्या संभव है? क्या इस राज्य की जनता भी बेईमान है? इस राज्य की जनता बेईमान नहीं है, उसके ऊपर हमारा विश्वास है। चलिए, थैंक यू।
Now, it is the Rajya ki Janta, the people of the state, who have actually cast their ballot, and that's where these numbers are coming from. Classic election denial coming from Sanjay Raut.
Shocking. This is shocking.
The only thing that was left to say was the EVMs are to blame.
No, are they going to storm? Are they going to storm that Mantralaya? As she's saying. I mean, this is ridiculous.
No, on the one hand, he's saying something more than the EVM. He's saying the entire election legitimacy is at stake.
रह जाए।
No, he's on the one hand saying pani ki tarah paisa bahaya. That means he's questioning the integrity of the voter. Then he says the voter cannot vote like this. He's questioning the EVMs. I don't accept this result. Well, you may not
They
want
were
to accept,
saying
but
this
that's the
3 months
result.
ago when they did well in the Lok Sabha election.
It's not yet the result, but that's the direction.
This is going to be the template. All opposition are going to say this. You look at Akhilesh Yadav, who is already on record to say that election commission and the UP bypolls were rigged. And that is sooner or later, Mr. Jairam Ramesh will also come up.
Elections in Jharkhand was not rigged.
Just Sanjay Rao
Bengal was not rigged. Priyanka Gandhi's election was not rigged. I mean, come on.
No, Priyanka Vadra is leading by more than 60,000 votes. So that
now
is all right.
1.5 lakhs.
Now 2.5 lakhs.
No, 1.5.
1.5. Trinamool Congress is taking all the 6 bypolls in Bengal. And also, there is 2 and 3 in Karnataka with respect to the seats. And there is 6 and 3 with respect to UP. So there are votes which are going to the other side also. But overall, this is the score. Sanjay Raut said, Eknath Shinde ko 60 seats kaise mil sakti? That's what he said. 60.
That means that
our numbers are right now saying 48, but he's saying 60.
He's saying 60.
No, but that's not entitlement. And that is an entitlement that, Shiv Sena belongs, and if the Thackeray is with us, then the votes are with us, then the seats must come to us. And I don't think people like that anymore.
The BJP Chetan Bhagat, as we see, is far more, is nearly 28 more than the N.D.A alliance put together.
Yes.
And the NCP Sharad Pawar is the smallest, is the least. It's just 23.
But if the allies of BJP,
And
if they were...
independents and others are more than what Mr. Sharad Pawar's party has got.
Independent and others are more.
If the Shiv Sena and NCP could have been kept by their original owners or CEOs or whatever you can call them, they would have won the election. Think about it. If Shinde's, all those MLAs were still with them, if NCP had not split, it would still have been their mandate. But they couldn't keep their parties together. I mean that.
No, but if they had not split, they would have been on this side. They would not have been on the Maha Vikas Aghadi. They would have been in the Mahayuti.
What will happen now? All the UBT workers will get demotivated and they will move to that other side.
But I must say, you said, in our Take 3 program, that when you were there on the ground, you sensed that there was this massive surge for the Mahayuti.
Yes, there was. There was. See, the surge was from the fact that Eknath Shinde had a certain level of equity that he's built on ground, and there is this messaging which every voter wants, that they want a quote-unquote zameen se juda hua vyakti, a chai wala and an auto wala. That's what it is. And clearly, somewhere the BJP needs to understand this messaging also, that it's not arrogance, it's humility. It's always remembering where you are from. The people always want to see that the Pradhan Mantri, no matter how tall a leader he is globally, no matter how respected he is globally, should never forget and should always tell the voter that I grew from amongst you. I was selling tea at the Vadnagar chai station and I made dreams of the impossible possible. The same story with Eknath Shinde. Working tirelessly, auto rickshaw driver, worked hard, won his respect, and he's proved, and he's worked with a team. But out of all of this, the work that Devendra Fadnavis along with the RSS have done on ground, Rahul, is phenomenal.
And should we be surprised?
It's phenomenal.
Because didn't we see in 2019 the BJP sort of veering towards the pole position it did in fact? So
yeah, it was the single largest party, right? 105.
So yeah, so I mean, why is the Shiv Sena suddenly, well, the UBT coming out and saying, "Kabhi socha tha, kabhi ho sakta tha."
See, it's their denial and they will cry because they neither have got the bat nor have they got batting, and they are being asked to sit out as the 12th
So if
man.
there has been so much of a consolidation of votes of different types, now this is a question that one should ask. Do you think BJP will lay claim to that Chief Minister's post, Rohit ji?
I think they will. I think they will. It was only some kind of an arrangement that they took the back seat last time when they made Eknath Shinde the Chief Minister. And look, the plan for BJP is to come back in control, completely in control. Even as they took the back seat last time, they were controlling many things.
So could it also happen that Mr. Shinde just joins the BJP with all his
I don't think so.
MLAs?
I don't think so.
The Dhanush Ban is very important.
Shinde will retain his identity, his election symbol, because, very important point all of us have to understand, within 4 months or 5 months, there's
Local
going to be the
elections.
all-important Mumbai
BMC
Municipal
election.
Corporation
Yes.
and 25 other municipal
No, but
corporation
Rohit,
elections happening
if
in
Mr.
Maharashtra,
Shinde is not,
which are very crucial.
if Mr. Shinde is not made CM, then why would he stick with the BJP? I mean, that's his
Where would
only.
he go?
No, see,
Well, if he's not made CM, then why would he stick with the BJP?
he would want to be the chief minister. Any leader wants
Of
to
course,
be the chief minister.
especially once you've already been.
But the next best choice, if you are not able to get it, the next best choice
But
is
why-
to become
why would-
deputy chief minister. And
So,
be the-
so you'll see a role reversal,
Yeah,
Fadnavis becoming chief
there
minister
could be.
and Shinde becoming
But
deputy
one
chief
thing we
minister.
have to understand that between Devendra Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, the Mahayuti has three very, very strong, hard-working, able administrators who have shown that despite having certain differences, they can work together and they can iron out. There is not a tussle of who controls which bureaucracy, etc., which was seen when the Maha Vikas Aghadi was there, where the NCP, Congress and the Ubata were busy transferring their bureaucrats because they wanted the control, etc. The other thing is the larger question, along with who becomes the CM, is the economy question. Maharashtra was on the cusp of becoming the first 1 trillion economy in our country, and it was going to set the benchmark. What does this do to the Viksit Bharat story? What does this do to the BJP and the NDA, the central government's plans with respect to the Vadhavan port, with respect to the bullet train, with respect to connecting the defense corridors, with respect to connecting all the industrial hubs to the ports, and thereby with the India-Middle East economic corridor? There's a huge, big map which is now going to unfold.
Just one point, Anand. I think all the economic policies will continue. Dharavi redevelopment will continue. All the Vadhavan port and other things will continue, and that's a big, positive signal for markets or anybody else. I don't think the BJP, if they're close to 100, and that's what we can now see, if they're going to have 100 MLAs in the House, there's no way they'll give away the Chief Minister's position to alliance partner this time. There's no way about that. I mean, I'm sure that it will be a BJP Chief Minister sitting in Chief Minister's seat.
That would be a little unfair to Mr. Eknath Shinde, because after all, here is a man, a captain. A captain may not have scored a century, but he has led, the alliance to victory and, executed all those plans, or that Ladli Behna Yojana, etc. All those things. How do you deny him that? BJP would sound very, cruel in that. True. And if there is a municipal elections in Mumbai, it's going to create more problems.
But Eknath Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray will not be part of Maha Vikas Aghadi. And Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar may come, but Ajit Pawar plus Sharad Pawar does not add up to 145.
Yep. So within the BJP, there was outside of the BJP, there was a lot of talk about how Devendra Fadnavis had become a kind of a hate figure because of the Maratha agitation, him being a Brahmin and this Peshwai narrative that was set. But within the BJP, there was a lot of push for him. And if you travel to the elections, the BJP posters had him very prominently, along with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So that signaling kept on going on through the election, that he's our guy and we are not giving up on him, So if after they get 100...
Let's also not forget that he's the one guy who lasted full 5 years. And there was a huge transformation in Maharashtra that happened. The internal politics aside, he may have also set certain challengers within the BJP, put them in place, etc. But also, he was in pole position to be the chief minister again, had Uddhav Thackeray not walked out.
This is very similar to the national level, where the BJP is in an N.D.A alliance. There are two allies. If you want the answer to that question, the number would be BJP plus NCP, where they end up. If that is above the majority, Mr. Shinde will not be treated as nicely as he would have liked. And if BJP, I think so. And
the Maratha factor is still a big.
It is still there.
I was just plotting that on the wall.
If the BJP needs only one ally, then there is a BJP CM.
On the Maratha seats,
I see one of the contenders, either Mr. Eknath Shinde or Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, making it to the union cabinet. That is going to be a...
But on the Maratha seats, about the 89 seats, the NDA has got 65. The India Alliance only 20. And
you cannot
break up that. BJP has 34, Shinde Sena has 15, NCP has 14. And this is Marathwada, Western Maharashtra, Northern Maharashtra. So this whole Jarange Patil factor has been completely negated in this
Pallavi
was right there where she
Can I
said
just
that
make
the
an observation?
Can I make a point here?
Yeah, of course.
To add to on the leaderboard of the social matrix of the election, Zaka has just made the important point on the Maratha vote. Look at 5 other categories. OBC vote in the Kunbi areas, NDA is ahead 23-7. In the seats where women are more than men, NDA is ahead 27-8. to 13. In the seats which are Dalit dominant, 19-10. In the seats where there are direct BJP-Congress contests, NDA is ahead, BJP is ahead, 49-23. And in the seats where the Congress was ahead in the Lok Sabha election, the count right now is 34-27 in favor of the BJP. So on every single
I just want to make one small point. I think this verdict in Maharashtra, to sum it up...
BJP has gone on another tangent also. News just
Okay, there's big breaking news coming in. Obviously, that was bound to happen because... Why? And that leads on to the point. That's because the Congress did not run a positive campaign. And I think voters are beginning to now, at least at the state level, worry about parties that are not giving them a vision. Look at the vision that the Congress offered, that all your jobs are going to Gujarat. Modani is ruling Maharashtra. Everything is going to Gujarat. The Marathi Manus is losing out. This is a consistent thread. Muslims are losing out. And, of course, the Marathas are nowhere. This is what was said. Today, that divisive campaign...
See, Congress, Soros can't help Congress and Rahul with respect to Maharashtra. So did Soros help Congress and Rahul in Jharkhand? You know, sometimes this hyperbole from the BJP also needs to be questioned. Fact is, what worked for the JMM and Congress in Jharkhand or did not work for the BJP? Clearly, it is domestic politics. To a certain extent, international narratives, you may say that there is a Soros.
There must be some...
Because they know they have to say this because they've won and Parliament is going to open and you know this entire session is going to be about what. Yeah. So they are just preparing.
About what?
About all this Soros and who this.
But what has happened to Aurangabad?
Last time I checked, the 3 seats, all 3 are with the India Alliance.
So what about
Sena UBT leading in 2 and Congress leading in 1.
What about some of the big clashes, the Worli clash?
Worli, last I checked, Aditya Thackeray was leading, yes. Aditya Thackeray is still leading in Worli.